Hi guys, I want to make a video showing a kind of a review of scatter base ready scatter from Gekk Gaming Scenics. I just bought them because they look quite interesting on the website and I wanted to try them out and see what's going on with that. So what you get, they short version, if you don't want to watch the whole video, I like them. Okay, so end of the review for the impatient people. Going into nitty-gritty. So what you get is something like that. They come in quite a sturdy plastic bag and it survives the transport pretty well. What you get is, depending on what base cover you choose, between 100 grams to 200 grams of the product. Okay, I tested yesterday with this lovely scale here, and it seems that one base needs around 1 gram. So you can easily see, and that was the one with the gravel in it and the heavier stuff. So probably something between half a gram and a gram. So you can get more than 100, 150, or even sometimes 200 bases from one bag, which should suffice for a whole army easily. If you look on the bag itself, it doesn't really look great. Firstly, the plastic is quite thick and it's not transparent, so you can't really see. Plus, because of the transportation, it is separating depending on the density of the product, obviously. So what I did for myself is change them into small plastic boxes like that. If we open it up, well, that starts looking a lot better now, especially if you start digging into it and mix the thing a bit. There we go. And this is kind of a mixture how it looks then. So this one here is what is called a scrublands, and it's a mix of like a gravel sand and some foam flocking. How it looks on a model. Here you go. This is the model based on that. So that is how it looks ready applied to the base. So as you can see, it nicely mixes all the foams available, and you can actually see a lot more details when it's on the base than actually in the box. For example, there's probably some green very fine flocking or even maybe pigment in it, so it makes the ground a bit greenish rather than just sandy, which is pretty cool. Another one I got myself is something called Mediterranean ground. Looks like that in a box. Again, if we start digging, there's a lot of small, finer sand there. Pretty nice mixture of light ground cover, light stones, and very fine flocking and very light greens, which looks very, very pretty. Now, how it looks on the model? Here we go. So this model was based on a black base, and I think it might actually look better with lighter base. Come on. No, the camera doesn't want to pick it up. Can you see from there? Okay, that looks actually okay if we put it down. So this is on a model itself. Let's try again that. Doing something? No, the camera doesn't want to do macro style. Here we go. So again, pretty nice effect here. Cool. What else we have? I have some sand and stone because I just made a hospitalier army for crusade, so I thought, okay, I'll go and try that one. Nice sandy stuff, no flock in that one because, well, it's supposed to be a sandy desert. We don't expect a lot of green stuff there, but some. So I'm probably going to mix that one with another one just a bit to add, you know, a bit of interest here and there. And that is the ready effect. Now, this has the same problem as any kind of sand used for miniatures. 28 mils towards normal sand, that's the wrong size. We should actually go with a pigment to simulate a proper sand grain. which is not really something what we will do because it's not going to be visible on a model. So it's an approximation. Is it ideal? Not really. Does it work? Yes. Okay. You can see here that we have very fine sand, which kind of stayed in the bottom here, and we have a bit thicker grains here and there, which simulates bigger stones. So it works a bit nice in that regard. I might put a bit less of the bigger stones in there. They might be for bigger models. Those really are realistic 28 mils, so they actually are very small in comparison. If you're going with like a 40k heroic style, yeah, you'll be absolutely fine. It works well. Now, the weirdest one I have in the bunch is something I was quite excited. It's a pine forest ground cover. I think they might change the recipe for it from the moment I bought it, because it looks very browny on the website, where mine look, as you can see here, very, very dark. Which actually is how it's supposed to be, because pine forests are usually growing on a it's not growing mostly on sand, but the ground itself is very quickly getting into this sort of very dark cover. And so I like that. The problem with that one is it looks nice in a box. It doesn't really look great on a model, or rather not that much, because like this is the model based on it. So even camera now have a problem of picking it up. The details are there, but they're all dark, so it's really hard to pick them up. Let's see if I can make it better. Okay, we have something. You know what? Just give me a second. Here we go. It got scared of me doing that by hand. So hopefully you can see something. Even with normal lighting from the daylight, right now we have some issues here. It looks really nice. I like it. It's really for like ghosts and stuff. It looks like an old cemetery or something like that. But it is very, very dark, and that's the problem. It's very hard to see the details if you don't look really close. So that's the thing about that one. But with adding of terrain, maybe like a mix of that and that on bigger, something bigger than just a small base, it might look pretty good. Or if you contrast it with something like a very light model, it might be a nice contrasting. As I said, it might be just a case of I have an old version. Okay. So that's the 4 types I have. As I said, I tested yesterday, it takes around 1 gram to base a model. Now, how to base it? Well, it's actually very easy. Let's try it on one. And let's talk a moment about the glues. So there's a couple of ways of basing the stuff. You can use a normal white glue. It works pretty well. I usually, if I do that, I'm using the wet water, as people call it. It's a mix of water and alcohol to just wipe the surface, to make it flow better and break the surface tension of the glue. Especially if you mix a bit of water into the glue and it's a bit more watery. And then you just put a couple of droplets of white glue. It spreads nicely, then you dump it in. All great, but that one you need to seal with another layer of glue on top of that. I got myself the Gekk Gaming Scenic glue as well, just to try it out and see how it goes. It's a fast drying basing glue. Well, as fast drying, I tried it yesterday, and that maybe it was too big blob, but it was drying a couple of hours anyway. Benefit of that one, okay, it's not going to spread nicely, it's not flowing even with the use of wet water, but you don't really need to seal it later. It holds pretty good. Actually, this is the model I used it on just pure glue, and let me try to scrub it a bit. As you can see, it doesn't really go off. So it's pretty good and ready and sturdy, even without extra layer of sealing. Alright. Now, what I found yesterday with that glue is don't try to put it directly on the base. I just gobbled the whole model with it. So I'll just use some other base here as a small ball, right? Just a small goop of it, maybe a bit more. There we go. And then I just use a brush to brush it where I want it rather than covering absolutely everything. So just grab the glue, grab the base, and just lob it. You don't need to be careful in any way. You actually don't want to be careful, especially if you have raised base like that, because you will need to simulate that heap there. I might need to goop some more glue there, actually straight from the bottle. But first I'll go between the legs and stuff like that, just to make sure I don't cover the model itself. There we go. I'm probably not too careful. If you would do the bases before, that's even easier, right? And you just pin the model to it, or just glue it to it, depending on what model you have. Yeah, and some more glue there. I'll go actually a small group there, and for that, I'll go here. There we go. Spread it, make that here, that there. There we go. It should give us nice heel. That's again why it probably was drying a lot longer, because I gooped it to make like a nice transition, to make it look like a proper heel or heel. Yeah, and now the fun part. You just take that model with the glue on it, you take yourself a box of that base cover, and you just dump it. There we go, and that's done. Shake it off, and that's done. That's it. Done. You just leave it now to dry, and very easily you can smack a whole army in an hour, depending how quickly you are putting the glue together. Or if you will do the bases first, that's going to be even easier. So, more detailed opinion about it. Okay. One pack of that costs you between 4 to 6 quids. I think the cheapest one is 4 quid, and the most expensive is 6 right now. That's with the discount, but the discount is staying on the website as long as I've seen it. So I assume it's just, marketing thing. You're getting cover for 150, 200 bases. What I haven't done is spread it on the surface to see how much surface you cover. So if you're going with bigger terrain, probably, well, not that much, but still. So you're getting that. You might be saying, yeah, but it's just a mix of sand. I can do it myself. I can go to the garden, dig up a hole, and have everything. Yeah, sure, you can. Why not? Go and experiment. But that's the thing. Someone already did it for you. They sat down, they mixed those things, they looked at them, they tested them, and maybe they had an idea you didn't thought about. And that's what you're really paying for. The convenience, really, and saving time. Is it worth it? Personally, I think yes. Will you? Well, it's up to you, really, right? It's always up to you. But that's it. That's the base ready mix from Luke's Gekk gaming shop. I would recommend it. Try it out. Grab yourself at least one. And there's really a bit for everything, from just normal sands to Martian cover like red sand, and I've seen actually very nice looking like a black sand with green small crystals in it, which looks pretty cool. So yeah, grab yourself one and have a go and see do you like it or not. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.